So
I know.
when we connected on Twitter, I was like, damn, I love it. I love it. So
Thank you
When
for
you
having
say
me.
cloudy ass weather, are you saying Seattle?
Yeah, I lived there for like 5 years.
Oh, okay.
That's how I met Casey.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's get into
Yes.
this.
Yes. Okay, you guys, we'll begin in 3, 2, 1. What's going on, y'all? You're listening to the Glow Up Podcast. We are recording here in Seattle, Washington. Mo's in Tacoma, but we are still a part of the
Yeah.
Soundcasting Network here in Seattle, Washington. I am Miss Casey Carter.
And I am Maurice.
And we want to remind y'all to rate, review, subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud. Follow us at the Glow Up Cast. And Naomi is still out, but we are sending her so much love because if you follow her, you follow us. You saw she had a huge announcement this week. She's expecting.
I'm an uncle.
I know.
I'm an uncle now.
We're so
It's great.
excited. So congratulations to Naomi. And we're so excited for our growing family. We got to remind y'all, don't forget to sign up for the Glow Gang Spotlight. That's when we highlight your small business, your brand, your all that stuff. We want to put you on and put some spotlight on you. Don't forget to also sign up for our email list because you might get some exclusive discounts. And then we're on YouTube too. So you can watch us.
Absolutely. We're on YouTube, man. Like I mentioned before, if you're at the house cleaning, anything else in the background, it's perfect noise for you. Just, put us on YouTube, watch us, and enjoy yourself. It's always a good conversation with whoever we talk to.
Exactly.
So make sure you do so.
And shout out to JJ Kissinger because last week's episode was so great. He is doing some phenomenal work. Him and his team are doing phenomenal work with the Light Collective. So make sure to check out that episode. This week, we got Ari Hale of Allergic To Hourly. She created this training program where she teaches you the system she used to scale her business to 10K plus. We're so excited to learn and hear about all the amazing things she's doing.
We could just simplify it. She's a boss.
Yeah, she is a boss. She's definitely that.
She's a boss.
I think that's kind of an understatement, honestly. So we'll get to know her in just a moment.
Boss, all right, you're doing the thing.
The boss of bosses.
Feeling good. It's been a good year.
Yes, thank you for joining us. Well, let's do some catching up. Mo, do you have any weekly wins or lessons?
Yeah, the weekly win for me is getting out of my creative rut, I guess you can say. I've been kind of down and not finding real inspiration to continue to find ways of being creative. And I take a win as of I got kind of out of that. I found some motivation. I just got inspired just to get up and do it. And I'll take that win. It helped me out. Like I've done certain things like walk around, just get inspired around my neighborhood, my city. Even, my daughter now wants to take photos and stuff. So that kind of inspired me to get up and be more creative, to not only help her, but also to continue what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. So, I just say getting out of my creative rut and just moving forward with getting creative and doing new things and going so forth from there.
Did anything like switch? Did you do anything different, or was it just like, let me just do this?
It was just, let me just do this, basically. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And I was down for a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I was just down, just like, there's really nothing that's inspiring me to continue. But then, I just kind of got up and out of it, and like, when my daughter came to me saying that she wants to learn photography and stuff now, that kind of sparked the flame a little bit to be like, oh, all right, now
somebody's
I can help her,
attention.
But I can also get creative too. So yeah, so that's so a win for me.
That's your win, because my win this week is pretty similar. We must have been on the same vibe. I had a few projects that I had deadlines for this week, and my win is that I got all those projects done before the deadline. And I don't know if it was just having some clarity or just being focused. I don't know if I have anything extra that changed either, but there was just something in me that was like, let's rock this. So we're pretty on the same wavelength as far as wins, because getting things done before they're due always feels really, really
good. Absolutely.
Yes. Ari, do you have any weekly wins or any lessons you want to share with us?
Yeah, I think I have one of each. Our win this week is we wrapped up our launch, our virtual conference, and that went really well. It was a dope event. And we ended up enrolling like 42 new people into the program. So that's like double what we usually do on a monthly basis. So,
Sure.
you know, glad that went well because it was not cheap to put that together. Like, keep it real. And then as far as lessons, my boyfriend just found out that his dad passed away today. And so
Oh,
my
I'm so
biggest
sorry.
lesson, yeah, thank you. And so my lesson is like, as much as I'll speak for myself, as much as I hustle and like put in the hard work and stuff, it's just a reminder to always take time to prioritize family time. You know, no matter what's going on, anything that's happened, you know, missing that family time has never been worth anything I was doing instead of being there with my family and making those memories.
I think that's a great lesson for everyone to replay in their head. Let's hop into our vibe check. Is there anything that you're currently vibing with at the moment?
Yeah, a couple things. Blast's album, I've been listening to that nonstop. Like just it was like when the Weekend trilogy came out, and I listened to like all three of those albums for like years nonstop. Blast album, and then I had really good pasta last night.
Did you go out or did you whip it up?
No, neither. I ordered it. It was bomb. It was so good.
Ain't nothing better than some good ass pasta,
right?
Some good ass carbs.
For
Okay,
real.
that's what's up. Mo, what are you vibing with?
I'm vibing with new music as well. Of course, you know, a lot of hip hop R&B has dropped. I've really been rocking with the Larry June project. I want to say it's Orange Print or Organic Print, one of the two. I've been vibing with that, and also the Her album that came out yesterday or Friday, was fire. So check those out. I've been vibing with that, and of course NBA playoffs. So you know, I'm a basketball guy, so I've been vibing with that.
All I see on my Twitter.
That's all I tweet about. So basketball is my thing. So I've been vibing with that for sure.
Who do you have, Mo?
Well, my team's out, so I'm just a fan.
Well, so you don't have anyone like any predictions?
At this moment, I mean, I don't. My team's out, so I'm just like whatever.
Ari, do you watch basketball?
Just watching.
Yeah, Lakers got knocked off, so I'm just like,
see
all
what
right.
I'm saying?
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't give a fuck anymore.
Ari knows. It's like, who cares?
Wow. Okay. All right. We'll leave it at
Focus
that.
on next year.
Exactly.
All right. Well, what I'm vibing with is my people, my tribe. Planning this wedding you always think like it's about to be hella stressful, which like I think I'm trying to be stressed out, but everything kind of just keeps working out amazingly. So I got to shout out my people for holding me down, being there for me, being very supportive. Everyone's just showing up in ways that I'm like, oh, you're going to do this? Oh, like all this shit. And I'm just like, damn, I'm so blessed to have the group of people that I do have. So shout out to my tribe. Love y'all.
That's what's up.
All right, you guys, let's get into this quick break and then we'll be right back with Ari. All right, you guys, and here we go. All right, you guys, we are back and we are chatting with Ari Hale of Allergic to Hourly and so much more. So let's get to know her. Ari, where are you from? I met you in Seattle, but where are you from? And tell us about who young Ari was.
Oh, shit.
Hold on. We about to get some stories right now.
It depends how young we're going back. I'm from Los Angeles, from the San Fernando Valley. I grew up in Encino and Northridge area. I went to El Camino for a bit. And I don't know. I wasn't very exciting. I still feel like I'm pretty boring, actually. I was super nerdy, like just in school, you know, focused on homework, wasn't allowed to do shit because, you know, my mom's Latin, my dad's a Marine, you know, so always like locked down pretty tight. You know, no one from high school probably remembers me. I was just super quiet into like studying computers and shit. And I don't know. What do y'all want to know? Like,
well okay. Well, if that was you when you were younger, what did you see yourself being when you were younger then? Like, what did you envision yourself?
I always
becoming?
knew I was going to be rich. I always knew that
I know that's
from a
right.
very young age. I always knew it. And I didn't know how. I thought like maybe I would be like an executive at a company because like my dad worked at like a VP level for Macy's. And so I thought like I was going to be like some type of like executive businesswoman, which I am, but it doesn't look how I thought it would look. And so I've dropped out of college like 10 times already.
Wow.
And so, yeah, like couldn't stick with it. But I never knew exactly like what it was I wanted to do. And I had a hard time staying in school because I wanted to do a little bit of everything. And at no point growing up did anyone ever say, like, you could be a business owner. You could do all these things you're interested in. You can have your own business. So I spent a lot of time like feeling like a failure because academically I always did so well. But in my personal life, I was like, I don't know what I want to do. I have shitty jobs. I'm not making money. I'm broke as shit. Eating chow mein every day, and
Nothing's wrong with
ramen
that.
noodles, like my coworkers thought I really liked chow mein. And it was because it was the only thing I could afford. It was like $5 in this big ass styrofoam box and it would last me like 2 or 3 days. And so, I finally found my footing. It took a while to get here. And I feel like if I was around different people, I probably would have got here like a lot sooner.
Did you start a business when you was like younger because you knew you wanted to be rich? Was there like something that could have just sparked that plug to try to get to that journey as a younger when you were
I was
younger?
never like entrepreneurial in that way. I always figured like I was going to study my way, to the bag.
Got
But
it.
I always, from a young age, I always had like some type of job, whether it was babysitting, like working retail, whatever the hell it was. I always had a job. I always was like, I'm always going to have a check. I don't want to have to ask anybody for anything. So I knew like, you might be smarter than me. You might know more shit than me, but you're not going to outwork me. You're not going to outlast me. So I always had like that type of energy with a lot of shit.
Now let's talk about the switch of like, okay, I'm not, now I know all this knowledge. And what I gotta say is, I signed up for your emails, and the journey you took me on from what started everything to where you are now is really interesting to read, and it was inspiring. And I was like, dang, she's really being vulnerable here. So if you want to share a little bit about like how you got from not knowing to be an entrepreneur to kind of how you got to where you are.
I mean, if I feel like entrepreneurship found me versus me pursuing it. I was working in Seattle. I was running a medical device company, and I was making like $16 an hour running like this $3 million company. We had a very small office though. And so I remember being broke, living with my parents. And I was like, damn, I wish I could just make like an extra like $200 a month, like go see a movie or go out to eat, just have a little something to do. And I remember like it was a summer day and it was beautiful outside. Like summer in Seattle is really, really beautiful. And I was thinking like, damn, like I wish I could leave this office and just go outside, go to the water, just go do something fun. And I realized like, damn, you got like at least 40 more years of wishing you could be outside when you want to be outside and supposed to feel thankful to have 2 weeks off a year. I was like, there's 52 weeks in a year. I only get 2. So it was that moment where I was like, I'm going to figure something out, like just to make some extra side money, and, hopefully my goal was to make side money to be able to afford finishing my degree, get some type of business degree, and then, level up that way. And so, I did the whole Google thing, like how to make money online, sifting through all the scammy shit, wasting money. And I stumbled on this one program. It's not around anymore. And it didn't teach me much about entrepreneurship, but it helped me get in the mindset of like, you have to sort of like, you have to believe, what you want and that it's going to work out. And you have to be willing to experiment and not stop and quit so easily. And so I was like going through that little program, and the owner of the program sent out an email and said like, hey, I'm coming to Seattle, doing like a small mastermind event. If you want to come in person, it's $100. We have tequila, tacos, and then we'll mastermind, help you like figure out where you're stuck in business. I was like, oh shit. I was like, all right, I never paid $100 for much. So it's like a stretch. I don't know if this is going to work, but something told me I was scared to do it. And so I was like, all right, I'm scared. Let me go ahead and do it. And the day the event came, like I didn't even have a car. I took the bus to the event. And the whole way there, I remember texting my ex, like, I don't want to do this. Like, I'm introverted. I'm shy. I don't want to like be around people. I don't know anybody. It's going to be weird. He's like, just go. Like, you're almost there. Just go for 5 minutes. And if it's weird, just leave. But at least you went and you know. I got there as a bunch of like awkward people just like me who didn't really want to be there. And we vibed on that. I went to the event and they told me basically like, oh, you have really good admin skills. You're very organized. You know, you've run an office. Have you heard about being a virtual assistant? I was like, no, what's that? And they go, oh, you basically just like help people check their emails, set their calendar up, you know, just like you would be in the office, but virtually through the computer. I was like, oh, all right, I could do that stuff. And so at that event, I got 3 clients right there. 3 people who are like, yeah, I'll pay you. Like if you can organize my inbox, help me set appointments, do some like light bookkeeping. And I went from like making 16 an hour to immediately making 25 an hour with my clients. And I wasn't even that good. I was just reliable. And, you know, I figured things out. I communicated. I did what I said I was going to do. And they kept giving me more work, referring me to their friends. And so within 2 months, I had like almost tripled what I was making at my office job. And I was a dummy and I left. Yeah. But I'll say this. I was a dummy because I was so hyped up on like the 4-hour work week shit that people are always talking about. And I didn't realize that like, all right, you have no kids. You really don't have many obligations. You're cutting off a 5-figure salary, right? Where like you only are really working like 3 hours a day. Your boss is chill. You're getting paid at your job. You can work at your job. You got your health insurance and stuff covered, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so I went from being able to have 2 streams of income to 1. And now I have to pay taxes, my insurance, my dental, my vision, you know, like that shit adds up. So looking back, I would have stuck with that job as long as possible, like for years if I could, because like it put me back not having that income to support my business when I needed it.
So then how are you going to say that? And then your name of your business is Allergic to Hourly.
So from being a virtual assistant, I got kind of tired of like, I feel like there's a price you're associated with when you're a virtual assistant, right? People automatically think like, all right, I'm going to pay this person like $20 to $35 an hour. And so, and I also got tired of being pulled in like all these different directions by clients. Like I never knew what my day was going to look like. I couldn't really plan for anything. Like, you know, I'm a Pisces. I like everything organized and like planned out and know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
Like, no, we need to be organized.
Yes.
So I decided to specialize and become like focused on being a launch manager, where I just worked on people's launches and marketing campaigns. I got really good at that, but I fell into this trap of when you're charging hourly, you punish yourself for being more efficient and getting better at your job because you're able to work faster and get things done faster and you're billing less time. So I was like, fuck. And then I ended up taking on extra work and things that I didn't really be wanting to do. So I had to switch from charging hourly to packages. I'm like, hey, this is my monthly retainer. These are the specific things we're going to do each month. This is the one outcome. Like we're going to launch you. You're going to be live by your launch date. And so that really changed everything for me. I went from working like these crazy hours, like 60, 70 hours a week, even when I was pregnant, to working at that time, like 40 hours a week, something more manageable, and hitting my first 6 figures. I was like, this is the trick, like packages, packages and retainers, not billing hourly. So I did that for like 3 years. I don't think during the time I was a launch manager, I always had a 6-figure year, like from that switch onward. And then I just got tired. Launching is really tiring. It's a lot of money that's being put into these marketing campaigns. Clients are stressed out. You have to like go, go, go. And I was doing that back to back to back to back. Single mom, didn't have any help. My family helped a little bit, but like it was mostly on me. I was like, man, I can't like do this shit. I'm tired. You know, I'm getting up there in age. I don't have the energy anymore. I got a kid. And so it got to the point in business where I was just so sick of everything. Like I shut everything down. I sold my client list, my wait list, and I just lived off savings for a year to just try to figure out, what am I going to do? And I was like, I'm just going to go back and get a 9-to-5. I'm going to get into tech, get a 9-to-5, and just kind of figure out what I want to do next. And so I was like, I don't know anybody in tech, let alone anyone Black. So let me find like where those people are. And I started using Twitter. And this is like end of 2018. So I started using Twitter, like getting the hang of it. It's a very like engaging app. You have to actually talk to people, right? Like talk to them and shit. And I noticed there's a lot of really bad business and marketing advice on the app. And so, when I saw bad advice, I wouldn't like call the person out. I would just create my own content like, hey, you might have heard to do XYZ. This is why it's bullshit. This is what you should be doing instead. And so my account started to gain traction and I got like my first like 5,000 people. And I was like, oh, bitch, you got something here. You're building an audience. So you've helped like these other clients monetize and build their brands. Let's see what you can do if you can do it for yourself. Because it's one thing to do it for other people and use their money. It's a whole other game to do it for yourself. So kept up with the content and I just committed and said, no matter what, for the next year, I'm going to show up, provide value, teach people how to do shit. And I don't care if nobody likes anything, if they don't share it, if they don't comment, if they don't buy anything, if they don't join my list, I'm going to keep showing up for the next year, no matter what. And, I had that mindset and the account just kept growing and growing and growing. And I built my list off of it. I launched my first programs off of it. And based off of my initial programs, the consultation calls I did one-on-one coaching, I did like everything. I collected all this data and information on like, what are people saying they're stuck with, right? What's the symptom? What's the actual problem, right? Diagnosing them. And then what's my prescription for them? Like, no, it's not your marketing. Like you actually like suck at copy or you don't have a good offer. So that's why no one's buying shit from you, And so I started to kind of piece that stuff together. And I realized like I was repeating myself with a lot of stuff like, okay, they think it's marketing. Okay, it's probably XYZ, these types of things. And that was the base of what's Allergic to Hourly now. It's, it's 3 things that people really need to do to hit 6 figures in their service business. They need to specialize. So stop doing everything for everyone. They need systems. And there's 5 core systems you really need. In order to get up and running, you don't need to create every single system possible. And then it's productizing. So how do I take my service and turn it into something digital that's also strategic and makes sense? Like if you can't afford this package, all right, bet you could do it yourself. Here it is. Go ahead, or it can be introductory. That's how someone finds you. They did this. Yo, like, I want you to do this for me. This is hard. And that's how Allergic to Hourly was born.
So I guess it's kind of safe to say that timing is everything, right? Because I mean, if you didn't pay the $100, drink all the tequila, eat all the tacos, you probably wouldn't be where you are right now. Would you say that like timing and the experience is everything at this point? Because I mean, if you didn't go to that conference, you think you'll still be at that 9-to-5, kind of doing what? Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So. Yeah.
There was something that happened before that, though. My ex at the time made me listen to Kevin Trudeau. I forgot the name of this audio series. It's like, I don't want to say Ask and It's Given, but it's some type of audio series he had. And supposedly he's at a conference, but you can only hear him. But I looked it up. I put aside the bullshit and I was like, there's something I can learn from it. Let me just listen to these and see what I can get from it. And those tapes really put me in the mindset to be able to try new things and be open-minded and to just like try it for myself. Don't let somebody tell you what something is before you go and try it for yourself and experience it from yourself. Because I quickly learned that people will place their limitations and their like projections and shortcomings on you. Like you weren't able to figure that out, but I know how to. Right?
Yes. Okay. So one problem I know I personally have, and I'm sure that you're helping a lot of your clients with, is like pricing ourselves. I'm such a like giving person. I'm like, you know what? First of all, I love a deal. I had to diagnose this problem. I was like, I love when people give me deals. So I want to be that for other people. But then when you do that, you don't make any money. So talk about, without giving out too much game, how do you help people understand the importance of pricing themselves?
I'll give out all the game because it's such a big problem, especially for Black women, you know. So I tell my clients, we mostly work with Black women in business, and I tell them 3 times your price. And that's just to get them comfortable because they're still underpriced so much. But it's like the same mindset shit, like, oh, I can't charge that. And when you price yourself at being like free, cheap, or affordable, you actually miss out on the opportunity to improve not only your circumstances and maybe your family's circumstances, but your ability to have impact for other people. Pricing yourself low doesn't benefit you in any way. And it's almost like you're disrespecting yourself because it's like, I can help this person have this transformation, make 6 figures. Like, even the church takes 10%. And like, you're not going to pay yourself, you know, any money or like what you need. And so the first exercise to kind of get clients comfortable that we do is we have this pricing calculator. It's like this big ass spreadsheet. But basically what it is you figure out, all right, each month, how many hours available do I have to work on my side business, right? And so you take like total hours for the month, subtract time working, being social, working out, your commute, resting, like get your rest in, exercise, family time, all that shit. Take care of like your life shit first. Whatever's left over is for your business. And then the second step is add up all your personal expenses. So like your rent, your debt, student loans, car payment, insurance, health insurance. If you don't have health insurance, budget for that, you know, set your budget for where you want to be, like what your good lifestyle feels like, not where you're currently at. And then put together your business expenses, right? You're going to add those 2 numbers together. It's probably like 4, maybe 5 figures a month, right? But you have at least 4 figures of bills a month. Divide that by the number of available hours you have in a month to work on your side business, and you get your minimum hourly rate. So I can't charge any less than this number, or else I'm literally coming out of pocket to help you with shit. You should at least be able to cover your lifestyle and your business expenses. And so once they do that exercise and they see like, oh shit, like I'm not even paying myself minimum wage with everything, you know, I'm putting in or giving, or like, you know what? I don't even make 25 an hour at my day job. You know, they see like, damn, I'm really helping with you. I'm showing up, I'm over delivering, but I can't even take care of myself. And then they get way more confident in being able to say like, this is my price. If you don't want to work with me, that's fine. Because I'm not working to help you, like to pay to help you, right? There needs to at least be an equal exchange.
That makes sense. That's pretty detailed. Damn, it kind of spoke to me a little bit.
You know,
I was like, damn, am I charging too low?
My creatives also don't consider like their prep time, travel time, editing time, you know, going back and forth with edits, calls that they may do with clients, intake and stuff. Like every single thing you do, you need to pay attention to and track so that you're compensating yourself for that time, because you're never getting that time back. So if you're going to spend it away from family or making yourself feel good or having fun, you should at least get paid your minimum hourly rate for taking that time and giving it to somebody else.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I mean, I'm fascinated by the fact that you're a coach and you're coaching these individuals to, you know, build their business and so forth. How important is it to just be real and upfront with them in regards to that? Because I know everybody can be an entrepreneur, but can everybody really be an entrepreneur? So when you're a coach and you're going through their business and their business plans, how important is it to be real and upfront with them about that?
Oh, like our whole business is built around having integrity. And so the reason we have an application, we don't put the price on anything, is because I need to check your shit out and first see, are you ready for this program? And do I feel like we can even help you? And so we tell people no all the time. Anybody who comes to us for like a physical product, brick and mortar, or I think they're just beyond what I can help them with, you know, I'll send them a referral, but I'll tell them like, I can't help you. It'll be out of integrity if I take on you who has a product business, physical products, and I've never done that. I've never touched it. I've never had my own. I've never grown it. Like, it would be bullshit for you to be in this program. And people who are beyond me, you know, like I've had people say like, I just want to come anyway. And I'm like, no, go to my coach, right? Like, you're beyond, you know, all this shit already. I can see from, you know, what you sent over. Go to my coach. She can help you and take you to that next level that you want to get to. You know, so that we vet everybody. We check their social media, if they have a website, what's going on. If they're non-Black, we check like for certain phrases, like we basically check like, do you have a racist, you know, history, right?
Yeah.
It's very important to keep like our community safe because it's majority Black women in that program. And so, you know, we're a little choosy with the program, and you can't just sign up, buy, enjoy it. Like, you have to be accepted, and it has to be a fit. It has to work.
I love how you're teaching me, and I'm sure like a lot of our listeners, a lesson. I think a lot of us are like, I got to get to the bag, every opportunity, let me get it. But how you even taught us about how to price yourself, to like how you've somewhat made how you have made your business very exclusive. It's like that has helped and brought so much value to what you're doing. So that's really dope. Now, you're doing a lot of things. How are you able to balance like life, and you're a mom, you have a significant other, and then you're running this business? Like, how are you able to find balance for yourself?
There's no balance. Like, I'm not going to bullshit at all.
You know what? I'm done asking that question, because all the women, that's what everyone says. There is no balance. That's it.
I don't think there's balance. I just think there's like acceptance and boundaries, you know, and saying like, being okay with how you want to show up as a mother, as a partner, as a business owner, and making sure that, you know, the people around you support that vision for yourself, you know? So like, I'm not the Pinterest mom. I'm not going to like, you know, do the nice lunches and put together, like bake the fucking cookies and shit. Like, that's a rare treat. You know, like how my son and I spend quality time together is like, we'll go to the go-kart track, or we'll play video games at home, or like I got him into anime and shit, you know, kind of like brainwashed him into liking the things I like. So it's a little easier to hang out, you know, but I really have to schedule time, and everyone in my life understands that this is the set amount of time I have to do this, and I'm sacrificing something else that's very important to be here and to do this. And being okay to have help, you know, so I have a sitter. My grandmother helps me like 6 days out of the week with watching, you know, Silas. What else? I have a team. So I have a team of about 8 contractors, and they take a lot of the shit off my plate. And with business, you know, there's 3 things really that I need to be doing. I need to make sure we don't run out of money. I need to hire the right people and make sure they're doing the right shit and they're the right fit. And I need to show up live, right? So that's whether it's video, podcast interviews, coaching calls, whatever. I know like where I like to be is on video or audio talking to people. Those are the 3 things I really need to be doing. Anything else, it needs to be delegated, or we need to find somebody, or I need to make more money to find somebody to do that thing. You know, so I don't spend a lot of time in my business, but I pay a lot in monthly expenses so that I could have that freedom. But I'm never afraid to invest in myself or my team or my business. That's the easiest, you know, way for me to spend money. And like, I get shit online like, where's your designer? Where's your labels? Like, you know, where's all your shit? Why don't you flex a lot? And my flex is my team. You know, my flex is my company. You know, my core team is all other Black women, and the minimum we start at with no experience is $25 an hour. So like my flex is my team. They're at a company where we have fun. They're supported. They don't have to deal with bullshit. It's super flexible. Like, I don't bother them for much. We have like 1 team call a week. Everyone knows what they need to be doing. All right, great. Go do your shit. And they're being paid more than, you know, a livable wage, you know, like fuck the labels. Like, my team is good. They can not only survive, but they're thriving, you know, by working with me and helping me to build this company and this vision. You know, and also like taxes are expensive too.
Oh man, for real. For real. You are not lying about that. Mm-hmm. So I'm pretty sure there's people that have the same road as you and are kind of traveling that same road and want to be a coach. Well, so what are kind of 3 tips that you can advise those that want to be kind of in the position you're in?
Go get training and experience. So not a lot of people know this, but I'm a certified life coach. But it was important. It was important for me to have some, some industry accredited training so I knew what the fuck I was doing. I had the business experience. I've been running businesses for other people since I was like 17, 18 years old. But I didn't have like that coaching experience. So I made sure to go get educated and again, invest in myself. And I learned a lot of things through that program that, I don't use everything, but I learned what was really stood out to me was like the legal stuff, what you can and you cannot say to people, the advice that you can give to people, how to have like your paperwork and your contracts in order, how to conduct a coaching call, how to be effective as a coach. There's so much you can learn from other people, whether you're a coach, content creator, whatever the case may be. If you see someone who's doing something you want to do, pay them to learn from them. It's the shortcut, YouTube and Google only got me so far. And the way with content is now, not a lot of people give you results. It's, it's here's what you need to do. Here's why you need to do it. If you want the results, opt into my email list, join my text list. And a lot of the times it's bullshit. It's like very surface layer. So I realized, all right, I can just pay somebody, ask them my questions. They can take a look at my shit, tell me what I'm doing wrong, where my gaps are, things to look out for, right? Mistakes they've made, and just push me along. It's why I love my coach. She literally gave me everything to help me put together this program and make sure that it was bomb and done right, So I would say, obviously, like get your experience and your training or certification. You don't need every single certification, right? Get one. Make sure you have experience and then work with a couple people for free to test it out. Do you even like coaching? Do you feel comfortable doing this, right? Were you able to help your clients get results? I would say next is like, just have, it's like a double. Be authentic, but have integrity also. So like, don't promise people shit that, you know damn well that you can't help them with. And if you're going to charge people for X amount of calls, show up to your calls and serve, don't take people's money. And then it's hard to get a hold of you. You're not replying to their emails. You're late to calls. You're, eating and shit on your calls, like take it seriously, take it very seriously, appreciate people's money and the privilege of you being able to work with them, And then I would say for the last one is, I would say get a coach also. So whether it's a coach or a mentor, it's really important to have somebody who's like several steps ahead of you to keep you in line and check you. Like, no, you shouldn't do that. Or again, here's how to get through that. Here's some advice. Here's tips. Here's what we do. You don't want to put yourself in a vacuum where you're the only one and you're moving crazy. You're making, big mistakes in your business or, just it's worth having a coach to keep your shit together and keep it in order.
Yes. I feel like I learned so much on this episode. Like, I really appreciate you. And I mean, following you on Twitter as well. You be keeping it real. I love it. I mean, you guys hear the way she talks. She is very fun and entertaining, but very insightful on Twitter. So make sure to give her a follow. Tell us where you're at on Twitter and then tell us the site and how they can get more information on your course.
Yeah. So on Twitter, my handle is Allergic To Hourly. It's the number 2. And the program is Allergic To Hourly, so TO.com. And yeah, that's where you can learn more. My Twitter account is more me having fun, being myself, with a sprinkle of, good advice. You're not going to really like see much there. But if, you're not easily offended, you like to crack jokes and have a good time, we can hang out. On Instagram is really where I post more of like my content, Allergic To Hourly, TO, and my email list. You can join from my site and stuff. That's where we put a lot of good content as well. I think that's it.
Yes, girl. I see your, emails, and I swear the moment I like signed up or went to your website for, I just saw you on Facebook. I saw you on Instagram. Like, they are on their shit. So if you're trying to be on your shit, this is the perfect person to learn from. Make sure you're not racist or anything because they're going to look through your shit. Okay. Thank you so much, Ari. Congratulations on everything. It's so dope to see everything you're doing.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, so inspiring. Mo, do we have anything coming up?
The Glow Gang Spotlight, of course, this is for all entrepreneurs. We want to highlight you. So please sign up for the Glow Gang Spotlight. I made a video on how to sign up for that on our Instagram at the Glow Up Cast. Just hit the link, sign up through there. We love to promote your business and go from there. And of course, our email list. We got discounts for you. We got all the information you need. So make sure you sign up for that as well.
Yes, and don't forget we're on YouTube. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to us on all the places they play podcasts, and follow us at the Glow Up Cast on all social media platforms. Thank you again, Ari, for joining us. That was really, really great. Mo, appreciate you holding things down.
Yep, as always.
All right, you guys, we'll see you next week.
Peace.